Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cooper and I'm a 25-year-old cash budgeter who's saving for the future, specifically my school fund and an emergency fund. And I'm also the owner of Purely Budgets over on Etsy, which you can always find in the description box down below. Today's video, we are going to be doing a breakdown, a cash planning of $410. That $410 is for my most recent check. And then we are also going to be cash planning $1,400 from my June Etsy paycheck. I don't know why I had to stop for a second, but my June Etsy paycheck. And then $90 is going into our games for the week. So I'm super excited about this. The amount that I'm actually going to be cash stuffing this week is a little bit less than what I normally budget for, just because I had some other bills come out this past week. So I have less money in the account, and I am not a zero-based cash budgeter. So I don't pull everything out. So I do have a buffer in there right now. So that's why every week or every 2 weeks, everything is kind of less than what it may be. And it's not always the same every 2 weeks. So with that being said, we are going to be cash planning $410, which I have off to the side here. So a lot of these envelopes are not going to be getting anything. And we are just going to jump into my everyday binder real quick. And I did forget to unstuff something. So I'm going to do that real fast before we get started. And then let's just jump into it. So I have my everyday binder here, and we are gonna go ahead and start off with car insurance. So typically car insurance gets $72 every 2 weeks. And then when I do my reallocations, I try to do 106, but I'm decided that I'm gonna go ahead and skip this for right now. And we're just gonna jump right into our back to school. So my car insurance is actually gonna get $0 today. And then my back to school, we are gonna continue to stuff that because I cannot miss a stuffing for that. So $250 is gonna come out of that and we're left with $160. I might just skip Christmas as well. And what I'm going to do is that's gonna be the only thing we're gonna stuff in this envelope or in this binder for the moment. And then we are actually gonna move on to another kind of like higher priority situation. So my school as well as my month ahead are like my high priority because I need these for when I go back to school. So I cannot miss, based off of my budget plan that I have set for myself for the next 2 years while I'm waiting to get into hygiene school, I cannot miss payments into these envelopes no matter how much money I put into them, whether I put money into them in a reallocation or not. I cannot miss it because then it will throw me off of that plan. So right now we're just gonna do 35 into my car. And I'm so sorry if my voice also sounds a little raspy. I just woke up not long ago and I am having to rush this because I do have an appointment in a few minutes. And then over the weekend on Saturday, I went to a Katy Perry concert and it was so loud. I've never been to a concert that was that loud, where all three of us, me, my friend, and my fiance, we literally left the concert venue and we literally could not hear anything. Like we couldn't hear each other talk because of how like it felt like our ears were busted through. And then my voice was completely shot the next morning. So I'm still trying to get over that. So $25 is gonna be going into here. So let me take 35 and 25 from there. So I'm left with 100. We're gonna do 30 into our phone. These are like the bare minimum payments that I have to put into these. And then we're gonna do $15 into subscriptions, which is amazing because technically speaking, that $15 is going to actually fully fund this for I think like the next like 4 months. So I am gonna have to end up erasing that and restarting that over. So we did 30, let's subtract 15. So we're sitting at 55 right now. And what I want to do is go into my yearly 1K challenge that I received from Raylan over at the Remarkable Dollar. We're gonna go ahead and start off with August because July we completed that. And I think I do wanna do 15 to take this down to 30. So 15 is gonna go into this yearly. And it may seem weird that my priorities are kind of like, why am I touching this and not touching some of my other envelopes in my everyday binder? And the reason for that is because this 1K challenge is actually going to my school fund as well. So I'm really trying my hardest to throw all that I can towards school without breaking the bank. Okay, so I'm left with $40. I'm gonna go back here to my emergency fund because I wanna see what I can do in here. So I have, let's see what we can do. So I can do, that's 16, 15, that's 31. which would give me $9. And that means I could really bust out a really large portion of this. So I might just do that and then throw the rest to my stair step to 1K, which I don't think I can even do because this is all in, let's not do that. 10, 12, so that's 22. That'll leave me with 18, which I can touch in here. Or I can do that and then the 16 and then have only 15 left. Let's just do 22 in here. I don't want to do, oh, and I didn't even write this down. Okay, so my Mean Girls. And then my my stair step. Okay, so Mean Girls, I'm gonna do 22. Let me mark these off now, because if I don't, I'm gonna totally forget what I did. So we did 12 and 10 for $22. And then that'll leave us the $31 to complete later down the line. So hopefully we should be done with this by the end of July. And then let's go ahead and put the rest of it in here. So this is my stair step to 1K. This is like the final lap to getting to $1,000. So right now we're sitting at 750 plus whatever I've put in it from here on out. So this little challenge here will go from 750 to 1,000. So another 250 being saved. $18. I kind of want to get rid of this 10 as much as I possibly can. So I think I might do the 10 and then I might do the 8. And let's just do that so that we can get rid of these really large numbers, because it's easier to stuff these small numbers rather than stuffing these large numbers. Okay, so $18 into here. Okay, and I'm gonna let that dry. And then let me just go through here real quick and mark off these. So these are all gonna get 0. And then this is all going to be my business binder, which we're gonna go into right now. Okay, so let me just double check real quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make sure that I have 410 here plus the 90. So I should have 500 in total all the way down. And then we will go ahead and start off with my business. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have $500 here all the way down. Now we're just gonna go ahead and start off with the 1,400 in my business binder, which I have set off over here. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is jump back here to my Etsy taxes. That's the most important. I do leave more money in there. So right now I have $400 also into the bank, because what I did is I consolidated a few of these envelopes down, put some into a business bank account, and then I am only gonna take a certain amount of money out from that check to go ahead and stuff into my envelopes. So technically speaking, my cash payout was like $1,820, it was $1,829 to be exact, but I am only gonna be pulling out $1,400, and that's what we're gonna be stuffing into here. The other $400 will stay in there and will actually be for some other expenses that I need, that I like. My Amazon credit card, like when I buy stuff from Amazon, I go ahead and put it on an Amazon credit card and they'll pay it off. So all that money that's in there will actually be used to pay that off. And then if I need to buy envelopes or binders or my PO box, then it will come out of here and be put into that account to pay off that specific debt. So right now, $1,400 is going in here. So I'm gonna take 20% of that, and that's gonna be 280. So we are gonna be putting 200, you know what? Let's just do 300 into business taxes. So that should leave me with 1,100 left. And PO box is like a long-term standing category because I don't need to pay it. I did it for a year, so I don't need to pay it at the moment. Envelopes, I know business or my binders, I have 1,000, but I really want to get, I'm gonna put the majority of this in here. And the reason for that is because I really wanna place an extremely large order for some custom binders. And so I wanna make sure I have all the money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I do have 1,000 in here. I don't really need that much in envelopes. I mean, I really could just throw all of this towards here. So 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 60, so 360. Maybe we'll just do 100 into there. No. Let's do 40 and then we'll put the other 60 into P.O. Box. So let's do 40 in envelopes, which is gonna give me 60, and then we'll do 60 in P.O. Box. And then we're just gonna throw the rest of this at this. And like I said, the reason I'm doing that is because I wanna make sure that I have enough money to place for that extremely large binder order. So it's gonna cost a lot because of shipping, just because, I mean, when you're placing an order for 200 binders, like you're gonna be expected to pay a lot of money in shipping because it's gonna cost like a lot and the weight of it is gonna be heavy. So that's the reason for that. So that made it quick, sweet, and simple. So we are now gonna go through and figure out how much we need in denominations. And I'm gonna do my normal in here. So 200s and a 50. We're gonna skip down to here and do a 20, a 10, and a 5, a 20 and a 5, a 20, a 10, a 10 and a 5, a 10 and a 5. And then for my freebie Friday, we are going to be doing 2 5s for 30 or for 10 and then 21s. Same thing with the group play. We'll do 110, so 10, and then we'll do 2 5s, that's 20, and then 10 1s for 30. And then we'll do 2 5s here and 21s, and we'll do 10 100s for 1,000. We will do, where am I at? Okay, so 2 20s here. We'll do 3 there, and then 3 20s, and then 20, we will do a 20 and 2 1s, and then the same thing here, we will do a 10, a 5, and 3 1s. So now I'm just gonna kind of go down here. I'm actually gonna take this out real quick and move it up this way just because I don't like writing at the bottom without having something to rest my hand on. And so we got 2 5, so 15 here, so 1,500. And then we got 150. And then we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so 9 20s, which I think is 180, but let's just double check. Yeah. And I'm gonna add these up as I go. So 50 and then 1,500. And then we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 10, so 60. And then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. And then 20 30 50 55, so 55 ones in here as well. So that should be 1,900, which is correct because I have, between my freebie Friday, all my games that I'm gonna be playing, plus the stuffing, that's 500, plus the 1,400 is going to be 1,900. So that means we did everything correct in this video today. It was a really quick one, so I'm so sorry about that. And I'm sorry if you feel like it was rushed. I did have to rush it because I do have an appointment right after this. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for staying till this point in the video. If you have, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when a new video is uploaded. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next one.